My name is Arvitz, and I help young Christian men level up their relationships with their girlfriends. Once you trust me enough, the top link is in the description is going to bring you to my one-on-one coaching if you're interested in leveling up your relationship more personally and on a deeper level. And today I'm going to talk about the question, why wait on God? And to start it all off, I'm going to read a verse from the Bible, from Psalms, and it's going to be the chapter 27 and verse 14. And it says, "Wait for the Lord, be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord." Oftentimes, when we have our tribulations, whether it is in our relationships or it is a daily temptation, this psalm encourages us to trust in our Lord and wait for Him. And a joke, not a joke, it is a true thing actually, which I have heard just recently, is that the teacher for us, it's God and Jesus, He's going to be silent during our tests. And this really helped me when I was going through my tribulations with my girlfriend or alone. For example, when I was battling with lust, if I knew this, it would drastically help me, because it would remind me that God is just around the corner. You just need to wait for Him, and He will come to you, and He will deliver you, because He is a good God. And it also goes for our relationships when we are going through some trouble and challenges. For example, a misunderstanding or loss of trust, and waiting on God, trusting in Him. It is going to be hard, because that means that you're going to need to wait, and you might not know when all of this is going to end. For example, a couple lusted after each other and they fell into sin, and now they feel guilty and ashamed, and they are now waiting on God, nervous. They are impatient because they want to get this stain of shame and sin off of them as quickly as they can, so that it might not and doesn't trouble them that much. And waiting on God, for me, as a Christian man who is quite young in my faith, it has been quite a challenge for me, because I had to trust in a void with a light at the end of it. I did not know, and we all do not know, when we are going to reach that light, when the Lord comes us and delivers us. And when we practice this waiting on God, waiting on His message, on His, what do you call it? A tip, a guideline, which He gives us through His voice and through His word. And by practicing waiting on God, we also practice a very valuable, it has, to be honest, it has no value, because we're practicing meekness. We're practicing that we slow ourselves down, that we do not think of the consequences. We shut our minds off, and we learn to be calm no matter the situation. and we are waiting on Him, thus being in God's peace, which is when you have experienced it, it is a true blessing. And I will encourage all of you guys to take up your cross with whatever it is. Most of these guys who are watching this, I'm assuming that you guys could be struggling with pornography or just lusting for women. And you must learn, I had to even learn to wait on God so that He comes to me and pulls me out of this pit so that I could be free from this vice. It takes time, it takes trust, it takes a lot of sacrifice, a lot of self-sacrifice, and a lot of reading and practicing and praying to God, fasting, as I mentioned in the previous video. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of pain, which you have to go through. But at the end of it all, you're going to be happier, much more free from vices of this world, and thus you're going to be a better man of God and man of Christ. Brothers, may God's angels be with you.